But like, yeah, but like that married dude that I was dealing with, he actually had caught feelings for me. And like he was a real good, like I guess as good as a cheater can be. But he was a real dope dude. Like he would make sure I was straight. And I remember I was so spoiled. He would always tell me that. He's like, you just spoiled this shit. Cause it was some boots that I wanted. I've actually worn them before. I've worn them once and I love those boots.
Yeah.
They were some boots from Dillard's. He bought them for me after one of my little temper tantrums. And then he gave me my that was for my birthday. He bought that book bag for my birthday. I didn't get it until like the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, your birthday on the 8th.
Yeah, and he
Don't ask me how I know.
You know.
I just watched one of your episodes.
Oh, see, you're a good listener. Ladies, he's a good listener. Wink, wink. But yeah, like that shit was just so messy. Like, and it's always the same type of men that kind of I guess cheat.
Yeah.
Because his wife was very successful. She has a business here in Mississippi, and her business made.
Go on, shout out. I'm just bullshit. I'm bullshit.
Because I definitely know her business. I mean, he's talked about it enough. But I felt kind of bad for her in a sense. Because my thing is like, I don't understand. There's always a breakdown as to why somebody feels like they need to cheat. Not validating anybody's reasons to cheat. Because my thing is, if you agree to a monogamous relationship, you need to honor that shit. But
Lord have mercy.
Don't judge me.
Hey, don't judge. Because live your life. Oh, God.
That's what I be saying. But my thing is, I told myself, like, because I don't be trying to entertain married folks. Like, we live in a state that allows for alienation of affection suits. I talked about that in another podcast.
What the hell is that?
So, basically, like, say you married a woman.
Okay.
And your woman cheated on you.
Okay.
And then she left you, and in turn, went to be with her other nigga. You could sue her other nigga for alienation of affection, saying that he alienated the affection that you were supposed to have in your marriage to be directed towards him. And Mississippi, and
that's a Mississippi shit?
It's like 7 or 9 states in the United States that still allow for those suits, but Mississippi is one of them. And it's easy. Courts usually go in favor of alienation of affection suits if some type of sufficient evidence is there. Because I know my cousin, she damn near got subpoenaed to court because she was dating a guy. He had already filed his end of the paperwork, but the wife had not yet signed the divorce paperwork. So, once the wife found out he was seeing somebody else, the wife was like, either you pay me X amount of money or I'm taking this girl to court. Yeah. So, he ended up paying off the wife. But in Mississippi, they still allow for alienation of affection suits. So, that's why I say tread lightly when it comes to that shit. Not only from a judicial standpoint, but from an emotional standpoint. Like, you never know the state of another woman. Like, especially if they got kids and all this other stuff going on, that woman might just snap. You know, she might come gunning for you and shoot your ass. Like, you know, I be watching them shows. The Lifetime movies look a little too real sometimes. But yeah, like shit like that. That's why it's just like, nah, it's a dub. But I really like that married guy. Like, we have fun together. We genuinely have fun.
So, do you feel like some of the you feel like some of the best guys are already taken?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, positively. It seems like every nigga that I vibe with or that has like a personality that will mesh with mine, they got a wife. Because I know I might be telling my business. I've had a coworker. He's married. And the thing about it is he's recently married. He got married this past year towards the end of 2020. And at first, he would be in my DMs, and I would screenshot that shit, and I would send it to my friends, even women and men. I'd be like, is this nigga flirting with me? And one of my guy friends, Houston, before me and he stopped talking, I was like, I sent it to him, and he was like, yeah, that nigga's definitely flirting with you. And I'm just like, okay. And then another one of my friends, she's married, and she was like, yeah, I'd be mad if my husband was talking to another woman like this. Yeah. Even though it was subtle, it was very suggestive. And even so, he would still, like, say suggestive things. And I'm just like, nigga, you fresh off the honeymoon looking for new pussy. What are you
doing? That nigga just got matrimony.
Yes! Nigga, you just went down the roller coaster. What are you talking about? Like, and it really put a lot of shit into perspective for me, which is why, like, I genuinely believe a lot of people are walking around here miserable because they're in a monogamous relationship and they really don't want to be in one. Yeah. Like, a lot of people I feel like are pressed to get married and pressed to have the husband and wife situation where they have one household with kids, maybe even a little dog. But it's like, ideally, I don't think I would want a solely monogamous marriage, because when it comes to dating, I don't see dating as a completely fulfilling standpoint monogamously. Like, my whole thing when it came to dating, especially when I'm in open relationships, if I were to ever get married to somebody, you can have your little hall pass every once in a blue moon, but if you gotta go see your side bitch every week, what are you doing married to me then?
Yeah, I agree, because is like with the poly shit or whatever going on. Like, me personally, like, I ain't trying to fuck with no rubber, goddamn it, because like that shit that ain't, I don't know, but like
Trash.
I would have to, like, if I was on some polyamorous shit, but I ain't that type of nigga. But like, I would have to, like, hey, you been tested, like, what last time you been tested? Like, you been tested like this week or last week or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
when I would fuck with Houston, I'm telling all my little business. But when I would fuck with Houston, of course we didn't use rubbers or whatever. But like, I got tested and he got tested.
Yeah,
shit was cool. But
I feel like if I was in the little poly shit, I'm just gonna call it the poly shit. The poly shit, like, hey, we gotta be tested, like, and cause that shit ain't fun using no rubber, like, God,
it's not.
That
and
shit don't feel the same.
One of my homegirls, that's why she got an IUD. She was like, I ain't doing none of that shit. But to be real,
I'm trying to shoot the club.
Exactly, but like, I'm in a space, like, I told one of my roommates, I was like, I think I'm finna stop taking birth control, because at this point, I don't have a nigga. I'm not having sex consistently. So it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
But I have a question for you.
Oh, I'm listening.
So, have you ever had a threesome?
No.
What?
I say no because, like, I somewhat kind of had a threesome.
Somewhat?
Because, like, it was like, it was in the same setting, but it wasn't. I feel like a threesome is like,
all parties are involved.
Yeah, I feel like somebody got to be on my face and somebody got to be on my,
Exactly.
At the same time, I consider that a threesome. But like the time that I would consider somewhat a threesome, it was like I hit two people in the same setting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a threesome. It was like you know what I'm saying? Like, it was same setting, same day, same, whatever. But it wasn't like all at the same time. So I don't consider it a threesome.
I like threesomes, but I like threesomes where everybody is equally involved.
With a girl or a guy?
What? You like, what type of threesome? Like all girls?
No. I'm talking about like one guy, one girl, or guy, and you.
I've never had a male, female threesome. I've only had female threesomes.
Okay, gotcha.
So, because I do like women. I think a lot of people know that, especially if they follow me on Twitter. But the first threesome I had, it was okay. Like, I was more interested in the girl than I was her nigga. So I was just kind of like, the whole time I was kind of just like avoiding any real contact with him. But the most recent threesome I had, they do listen to my podcast, and they did tell me I could, talk a little bit about it. I just I don't name drop. That's why I give everybody a nickname. I'm not going to even give them nicknames. But that threesome I had with them was fucking amazing. Like, we went out to eat, and we went back to their hotel, and it was just so fun. So it started off basically like the husband was just supposed to watch. They're married. I don't know if I said that. Maybe I did. I'm lit. But the husband was just, started off watching. The husband was just watching, and like, literally, the girl, her vibe was so good. Because you know how some girls want to do a threesome and they be hella insecure.
Hell yeah, or jealous. Insecure or jealous. Like,
I didn't get that vibe from her at all. Like, she was the one in control of the situation, and she did not give off any jealous vibes, and we all were interested in the same shit. Like, it was great. And it was one of those things, like, you know how when time flies when you having fun?
Yeah.
I literally thought we was all fucking for about an hour. I looked at my watch, it was 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, I gotta go.
And when y'all started?
I think like 8.
Oh, shit.
8, 9,
y'all
something like that.
Field day, goddamn.
It was fun. Like, it was really fun. Like, I got to experience a lot of little fantasy stuff that I had, and it was really fun. So,
yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Them the type of threesomes that I like. I don't think anybody could top that threesome I had with him.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no way.
Like, if I just had to, like, dream up a threesome, like, I need somebody on my face, riding my, honestly, I ain't never ate no ass. And I don't,
What?
Hey, listen.
You don't be eating the booty like groceries.
I just go to Walmart and get groceries.
See, Anybody that fuck with me, y'all know me. Y'all know what I be talking about. I like pegging niggas. I eat ass. I do all that shit.
Pegging? Oh, hell no. Hell no.
One of my niggas, we would do, we didn't have a strap on. We never had a strap on.
Hey, Liz, don't even talk about that.
That toy.
That nigga gay.
It would be a small toy. No, don't do that. Sexuality is fluid. It's not gay unless it's another man doing it.
That shit gay.
No, it's not.
Sip stoners. That shit gay. Matter of fact, let me sip some motherfucking Frank organic, because that shit ain't organic at all.
That is organic.
That shit
That is organic because sexuality is fluid. The male G-spot is in the booty hole.
I don't give a fuck where is it. I done came plenty of times without that shit. And I don't need that shit.
You gotta do it. I enjoy that though, but like, yeah, I'll eat ass. Most people who are into getting their ass ate have a really clean ass though. You can't just surprise nobody with shit like that. Anything anal is not meant to do on.
No pun intended. You said with shit like that. No pun intended.
That's like gay dudes, because I know I had a friend who was gay. Gay dudes will tell you, like, if you're planning on fucking, you don't need to eat like a heavy meal or anything a few hours before you finna fuck somebody. Like, anything booty hole related, like Mandy B from Horrible Decisions say, the booty hole, anything booty hole related, you gotta prep for that. Viral. Anything booty hole related, you gotta prep for that shit. Cause I have never had a nigga with a dirty ass. Like,
yeah,
no.
I fuck with the adventure. Like,
you only get one life.
Oh God, like,
cause I like my booty hole ate, so why wouldn't a nigga want his booty hole ate?
I personally don't. This just me personally. Like, I'm not opposed to eating ass. I just ain't never did it. So, like,
that's some fresh out the shower type shit.
Yeah, take another shower. Like, fuck that. Like, take a shower after you shower. Like,
And then, like, you gotta clean. But, like, yeah, shit like that is fun. I'm definitely all for it.
Yeah, like, it is what it is. I ain't doing no pegging. Like,
man, see.
Like, Gooch is the most I do so far. Like, but it's just, it ain't even on no masculinity type shit. It's just on some preference type shit. Like, on some real shit.
I respect that. But, like, my thing with the booty hole, what about it makes you feel uncomfortable?
What they say on, I ain't never seen this movie. It's a booty hole. What the fuck? I'm fucked up.
You really are, ain't it? Oh, ting.
I'm good. I ain't lying, because I don't give a fuck. So, yesterday, goddammit, that's what I'm finna say. Yesterday, this girl hit me up talking about come over, right? So I go over there, like, and I already made it clear, like, I ain't looking for shit, whatever, like, and I've really been ignoring this girl since I hit. Like, I only hit once. But, think about it, the box wasn't trash, but, like, it just didn't have the energy that I wanted, so I was like, I'm good on it. So, like, she hit me up and she like, come over. And I'm like, I got shit to do. Like, I'm finna make a shirt, mask, whatever, all that shit. So, I went over there, whatever. And she wasn't trying to give him no box.
Oh.
So,
yeah, something like that. Like, if that's the premise of y'all's relationship or friendship in any way, like, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so, she wasn't trying to give him no box. So, I'm like, I ain't trying to waste no time. So we watching motherfucking Netflix, watching comedy shit or whatever. And the time came, I'm like, you trying to, whatever? And she was like, nah. I'm like, God damn, where's she? I'm finna go to the house. Like, I ain't finna, waste no time. And then she like, well, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm like, you ain't gonna see me tomorrow. I'm gonna be busy. I gotta record. Well, I'll see you Thursday. I gotta record. Friday, I gotta record. Like, and then she like, well, eventually I see y'all, like, maybe, like, then I said bluntly, I like, are you gonna give up that pussy? point blank period. Then she like, I don't know. I like, well, when you find out, let me know. Period. Point. That's exactly how I said it.
That's tough.
Is that tough, really?
Kinda.
But
I feel like in that moment, instead of like kind of playing it off, you could have asked her, okay, so like, look, I told you I wasn't looking for anything serious. Like, that's what I be saying when there's a breakdown in communication. Like, some people need to have that direct conversation because, you know, some people ain't always going to be like, oh, well, we talk, or maybe it could be something else. It's just like, nah, bitch.
Hell no.
We fucking.
I just want the box. I ain't trying to eat no pussy. I ain't trying to do none of this because apparently, like, the initial response is like, you didn't come with that energy. Like, I feel like I done had people that I done fucked just from time to time, and like the sexual chemistry been good, but like if the sexual chemistry ain't good, like from like I don't want to waste my time. I'd rather meditate or watch YouTube or just go to sleep other than fucking. Like, oh God. Like, it's just, I feel like niggas real life lose value and just because pussy on table, don't take all this shit.
Exactly. That's how I feel about women too. Like, you ain't gotta hop on everything that make your coochie feel funny. Like, just cause a nigga get you wet don't mean you need to fuck him. So I mean, I feel you on that, but I'm still gonna always stand by in that moment. I feel like you should have been like, hey, like, you know, I told you I'm not looking for nothing. Like, I thought, you know,
yeah,
we were just fucking. Like, cause some people, there are plenty of people who go about their little situationships with people like that. Like, that's all they do. Maybe she thought, you know, you were somebody that could fuck and chill some days. Like, but some niggas don't be wanting to do that. Like, some niggas just be wanting to fuck and then get the fuck on down.
Yeah. And it's so crazy. Like, I feel like this girl actually liked me. So
even more of a reason why you should have had the actual conversation with her, because leaving women on cliffhangers like, well, maybe he don't like me, maybe he do, maybe he just don't know how to express it. You leave room for so many maybes.
Fuck all that. Listen, only reason I say
that I feel like the communication. If you fucking with somebody in that capacity, I feel like the least that somebody is deserved is communication.
You're right, and I do agree with that. And I feel like that is like I don't let you know what I wanted. Like, and I didn't understand why the girl.
Give some folks a reality check. I'm saying.
Listen, I didn't understand because like the first time me and this girl had I'm gonna say interactions. I don't feel like I had my best performance. You know what I'm saying? Because like it was coming off. Oh, I'm giving too much information. So like I'm gonna say I had a drought. I had a drought of no pussy, right? And then I got some pussy, and like shit, I came fast. I'm like, bitch, you shouldn't even be checking for me. I came fast. Don't check for me.
Cause I sure don't be checking for niggas who are like minute men. Like, if this first time we fuck, I'm like, oh. Like, what that nigga say? Shawty, you disqualified.
But listen. Just because a nigga fuck you and he only lasts less than 10 minutes don't mean he a minute man. It just mean either you got that good or he really fuck with you and that's like it's on some mental shit. Like, I don't feel like, me personally, I don't feel like I'm a minute man. But at that moment, I was a minute man because I was without for so long.
I feel you. But like, that's just my rule of thumb. I don't know why I be like that.
I know
if we just fucking and that's your tryout, on to the next one. I'm sorry. Like, it'd be different if that was my nigga though. Like, if we had an actual bond or a vibe between us, we've been talking for a minute.
Get one off if you auditioning.
Exactly.
Get one off before you go in there, big. Oh God.
Play with your dick. Don't play with me. Period. That's the whole scope of things.
Oh God, that didn't be on the shirt.
Yes! I need to look, merch coming soon. Play with your dick, don't play with me. That's what I be saying on Twitter. I'm like, play with your pussy, hoe, don't play with me.
Hey, real talk, you need to go and make that a merch. I'll help you out, goddamn it. I just want a percentage of the sales, goddamn it. That's all. That shit funny.
Got you.
Because like, oh God, like I feel like women know by now, like, if I'm finna get into some new pussy that I want to be some consistent pussy, I might go get one out before I go into that because I know that like just mentally like I'm already gonna be, but like
that's how I am when I know I got some dick that I want to keep in my rotation. I'm like, all right, girl, we gotta get these knees warmed up, we gotta get these hips open.
Oh, so you be scratching the shit?
Yes, I get on my little yoga mat. I do my little squats. I try to like, cause like I have to simulate like I'm riding, so my knees can get accustomed to it, and your thighs will burn out if you don't have them warmed up. So,
trust me, I know.
Not the day of, but like leading up to the time, like okay, this nigga I might want to fuck. Like let me get on my Megan Thee Stallion type shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like there are things that I kind of think about too when I'm about to fuck a nigga. Like now, if I'm drunk, all bets are off. I'm probably just gonna be wilding and freestyling, so it's gonna be a lit time anyway.
Yeah.
But
if it's premeditated, you gotta prepare.
Yeah, you gotta.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Chess, not checkers.
I swear to God, like me and my boy Akeem Ali was talking about chess.
And I think it's so crazy that you know him. Like that's hilarious.
You know him?
No. I just saw I remember I heard the song months ago and then I started listening to his SoundCloud and now he's all big and stuff. I'm just like, okay.
And it's crazy. I don't know him. I'm actually a real life fan of him.
I really like it. And then even though that little song is just, it's slightly on the toxic side, I'm like, I fuck with it.
Oh, Kimmy Casanova, yeah, that shit toxic as fuck, but it's like it's smooth, like, hey, let me talk to you, baby. Oh.
Right. It gives you just that nice 70s type vibes. And that's like an era for me. 70s and 80s. I love the 70s and 80s. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I'm going to say this. So, since you said chess, not checkers, he said when he made this song, it was checkers. Like, he wasn't even trying to play chess, but motherfuckers took it to the chess.
I'm going to be like, hey, Akeem Ali, her DMs are open.
Hey, you heard it first, Akeem Ali. I'm going to have to make that a snippet, goddamn. I'm going to send it to him personally.
I'm like, yeah, honey, I don't know if he might not like him yellow. That's the thing.
He might not. I don't know.
Chocolate is the wave now. And I remember for the longest, I used to hate being light-skinned.
Niggas love freckles for some odd reason.
And I forget that I have them until I take my makeup off. Like, I'd be like, oh, there's new ones. Especially in the summertime. But yeah, like that Kimi Casanova song is a whole vibe. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I fuck with it too. Like, it's crazy. Like, I fuck with it because of what he's doing. Like, because I've been a fan of him so long. Kimi Casanova actually ain't one of my favorite songs. Like, one of my favorite songs of him is called Ching Ching It. You probably, if you listen to his project, you'll know it. But like Kimi Casanova is like when I first heard it, like I actually liked the song before Kimi Casanova that came out because it was called Jesus Run because it was on Jesus Walk Beat and it was called Jesus Run. That I actually fuck with that more than Kimi Casanova, but like Kimi Casanova blew up, so like I can't back it. You know what I'm saying? But like that nigga, he cold. Like he real life work hard, and the fact that he came on my YouTube channel, like it's a blessing. Because,
that's so good, and especially when people search it, it's gonna pop up.
Literally, and I made sure I put Kimi Casanova as one of the search things because I'm not stupid. Like,
right?
I've never been a clout chaser, but I'm smart. Like, so like if I know niggas searching for Kimi Casanova, I'm not gonna put just Akeem Ali. I'm gonna put Kimi Casanova and make sure motherfuckers see that shit when they search it.
One of my homeboys, he put me on an outro of one of his songs. And I was like, okay, because he hit me up. He was like, yo, I need you to, send me a voice note. And I was like, okay, what you want me to say? He was like, I need you to just talk about, just talk shit about why niggas should buy you shit. And I was like, okay. And he put it on one of his projects. His name was Ike. Well, his name is Ike Kenna. His nickname is Ike. And he did a project with a guy here in Jackson called Mastodon. That's his stage name.
I know. I've been in plenty of rooms with Mastodon. Literally every day.
Yeah, I'm on that song, Pass. That's what it's called.
I'm going to look that shit up.
It's dope as fuck. And, at the end, I'm talking shit. I'm just like, yeah, it's so cute. So, yeah, this episode was just going to be some bullshit. It was a bonus episode, just, talking shit.
Oh, I feel like this one going to be the one because, of course, I'm going to share it because I'm on it. And two, it's on some real nigga shit. Any female that's trying to, any woman that's trying to, just feel themselves before they settle down, do your thing because like I feel like my whole stage didn't come till late in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, not even to say that all women should have a hoe phase, but you should at least explore with the people that you are involved with the things that you like. There's a lot of things like you don't know what you like. That's why a lot of my guy friends who are like really into shit, they've been fucking with older women, and these older women put them on shit like that.
Man,
them older women will turn your ass out.
and I ain't had that experience yet. I'm saying yet because hopefully it come. But them older women, them motherfuckers, the hormones be raging like a motherfucker, and they be wanting some young meat.
Exactly, but it's just like I feel like at this age, I'm single. I'm not tied down to any person or any place. Like at this point, I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a lease. I'm just a head in the field at this point. So, like, if I want to move around and do stuff, I can do that. If I want to entertain multiple people, I should be able to do that safely. Gotta add that.
Yeah.
But, you know, you need to explore the things that you like. And a lot of guys, which is why I do watch porn, but a lot of dudes kind of, like, take porn and run with it as far as how things should be.
Yeah.
I feel like the scenes that you see in porn...
What's your favorite category?
Ugh, Lord. I watch a lot of lesbian porn.
I ain't wrong with that shit. They be bumping Kinks, goddammit.
I swear, I watch like squirting porn, like that's exciting to me, shit like that. But I don't watch like crazy porn. Now certain things I am interested in BDSM. I have dabbled with that. So I do watch certain types of BDSM porn and things like that. And that's how I get my ideas.
Niggas, like,
yeah, I like dominating men. Like I've had a lot of people hit me up and be like, "I need another dom. Like, would you be interested?" And I'm just like,
I feel like if I was on some dumb shit, like I would have to have limits, like no pigging.
Of course, that's the whole point with like BDSM. Like you have to establish what your limits are.
Pineapples.
And a lot of people think that the dominant is truly the one in control, but it's really not. It's the submissive, because the dominant has to move around what the submissive needs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't carry on with BDSM right. Like, with BDSM, if you're finna beat the fuck out of a nigga, you need to make sure that nigga is straight afterwards. Like, cuddle up with that nigga, bitch. Rub that nigga bag. Do something.
You done beat that motherfucker damn goddamn shit.
Like, for real, aftercare is real. Like, that type of physical, I guess, I wouldn't want to call it abuse, but putting somebody through that, you need to have proper aftercare. You need to make sure they are okay after the fact.
So yeah, your ass on some weird shit. I ain't gonna lie, like I feel like my porn category weird as fuck, and it ain't on some Alabama type shit. But like,
look, wait, no, when you bring Alabama into shit, you be like,
listen.
what?
So I don't know. Have you ever seen like porn scenes where like, of course they not really kin, but like it be like a motherfucking stepbrother and his stepsister come over to visit.
I
or some
hate
shit.
Incest porn.
It ain't incest because
but that's technically the premise of it. It falls in that category.
Yeah, but that's the
or like stepmom fuck stepdaughter or some shit like that.
Stepmom fuck stepson.
Yeah, I mean like what you doing?
Yeah, like, so I fuck with that because I like the role playing, and I feel like I don't have a stepsister, but I feel like if I was like 18 years old and I'm living in the house with my stepsister and she fine as fuck, like, bitch, you my stepsister, you ain't my real sister, like, bitch, I'll fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't look at somebody like that, especially since we in the same house. That's why I just stay away from that porn category.
Listen, you saying it, but if you had a fine ass stepbrother in the house, readily available, your ass
it just
gone.
Sounds so wrong. Like, no.
It sounds so wrong. He's right. That's what it is.
But like, I don't watch white people fuck. Nothing about watching white porn.
No. That's like watching chicken cook in the oven.
Raw chicken with no seasoning. Like, because I know this guy, he used to send me like little scenes from porn. I'm like, don't send me no white porn. I'm not prejudiced by all means, but I'm not. I just don't look at white men and be like, oh, I want to fuck him. Like, no.
So you ain't got no white man on your hit list?
Hell no. The closest I done got to a white man is a Hispanic, a Mexican.
I ain't no wrong with that.
That's pink enough for me.
I can't think of no white woman I just want to hit. But
exactly.
Like, as a nigga, like, if a white bitch like just trying to fuck, like, I will. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got shit else to do. Like,
no.
I was gonna go to work today, but like, shit, I'll fuck.
Hard pass. I have a thing for Middle Eastern men.
Cause I feel like they got like white people hair, but like black people skin.
I don't know, like the Middle Eastern men that I have dabbled with, they be having curly hair. It be thick and dark and curly.
Like Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know. Jesus had curly hair.
That's not hair wool.
But wool to me reminds me of kinks.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I got waves. Jesus might have some waves if they would chop them up real good. Yeah, you got waves.
Appreciate it.
I'm getting a little seasick.
Yeah, I need a cut.
But yeah, like I don't know. I'm not really one of those people that is just so into interracial dating because of the variance in culture. Like that was one of the issues why my last relationship didn't work. Like he was Hispanic, and just the breakdown and how things translated, it was not good. Like the way his siblings kind of treated me and the way my family treated him was kind of different. His mom and his dad would always welcome me, but his sisters just really didn't give a shit about me.
Yeah.
Even when I was in their home, I was like, why the fuck would I want to be around these people if y'all don't want me to be around? Like, that's how I felt. So, like, we just had a lot of differences. He was more conservative, not like politically, but just like morally, sexually. He was a lot more conservative. And he would really only want to do like the kinky, nasty shit that I would do to some other niggas just to kind of keep up, I guess. Yeah. Because he was like, oh, well, you did it with them. Like, okay, maybe I should do that with you.
That nigga trying to take that pig.
He really did. He really wanted to. And I was just like, no, you're not really into that. So I don't even want to go there.
Yeah. And that nigga was just doing it just off the...
Yeah.
Nigga, no. Don't do that shit, nigga.
No, nigga. Let your girl eat your booty hole. Let your girl put a small vibrator in your booty hole. It feel good. Oh, this might be a lot, but I remember Houston. I don't even give a fuck about if people know who Houston is. Some people do know who Houston is. But Houston, he did this thing. I put a vibrator in his ass, and then he would fuck me with the vibrator in his ass. It was literally like a human vibrator because I could feel the vibration through his dick. That shit was lit. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's fun. We love it. We love it here. I bet King Casanova would love it here.
Hey, I can't. You heard that shit, my guy? And that's the shit we trying right there. That might show up in that tall black box.
That's my shit. A nigga put me on that shit. I was wildin'.
That shit good as fuck.
That Dobell, a nigga, that's how, that nigga, he used to sell drugs. But he had Dobell, and I did try the 1942.
Yeah.
I didn't post that shit on the gram, though.
Ooh.
But yes, we're probably gonna wrap this episode up here. We've been recording for a good little minute.
Hell yeah! I'm drunk as a bitch.
He drunk as a skunk, y'all. I can't believe you drank a lot. You did. I've been sipping because I gotta drive. But like I've had a sugar daddy before, and the situation with the sugar daddy, he at first before COVID, he didn't live here. He was American, but he lived and worked overseas. So that arrangement worked out perfect. He would come to the States every so often because he could only be in the United States X amount of days. Yeah. And then after a while, he was just like, oh, you know, I was wondering if we could work towards having like a genuine relationship. And I'm like, I'm not on that wave. Like, that's not what I want to do right now.
So I got to ask this question. Is that not what you want to do, or that's not what you want to do with him?
That's not what I wanted to do at that time, nor was it what I wanted to do with him.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, me and him, it was cool. Like, we could talk. He always took me to nice restaurants, because especially if I wanted it. Like, I'd be like, I want to go to Walker's tonight. He's like, all right, that's fine. Like, yeah, let's go.
I can borrow some of your ginger ale.
Oh, yeah. Or if I was just like, oh, I want to go shopping today. All right, yeah, let's go. Like, you know, whatever I wanted, it was cool, but that was the reason from the jump why he told me he was into the whole sugar baby thing. You know, he would never have the chance to have a normal functioning relationship. Like, you know how when you in Jackson and you live here, you meet somebody, y'all chop it up, y'all chill. He couldn't do that. He was moving from country to country with his job. Like, because I remember at one point we would talk, he was in Germany. Another time we would talk, he was in Poland. And I'm just like, okay, like, you move around a lot, so I get that. But it was understood from the beginning. He laid out the guidelines from the jump of what he expected from me, and I abided by it.
Yeah.
But then he flipped the script, talking about he wanted a relationship, and I'm just like, no.
Nah, bro.
But that comes back to like the whole poor minds thing, like how they was talking about BDBs and stuff like that. But it's like, if a dude is taking care of you, I can't fault him for that. Because in my sense, like most dudes, especially niggas who are older or they got shit going and they just can't take the time to slow down, so they say,
yeah,
it's kind of like that's the exchange. Like, you want somebody to be a companion to you, you want this affection. I need some shit taken care of. Like, I don't fault them at all for what they were saying, but sometimes you just kind of got to be like, you can't expect every nigga to be like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because like I'm not in that capacity in my life where I'm doing for myself, I can't do for somebody else right now.
Valid.
You know what I'm saying? I can do a partnership, but I can't do like put what I got to the side for somebody else. I mean, I might love that person or whatever, but I can't do that.
I feel you. And
so I got a question. Oh, hey, what you want to say?
I kind of forgot.
So I got a question. So like, with the sugar baby, or just in general, like I feel like when men have like a surplus amount of money, it's, you know what I'm saying, like it's easy for a man, like, you know what, I will pay for your time as opposed to me actually trying to waste time and getting to know somebody, or just whatever. Let's just use Lil Baby for instance. When he and I can't even remember the porn star name.
I forgot her name too, but I know who you talking about.
Yeah, so like he paid X amount of dollars for some ass. To Lil Baby, that ain't shit.
Thank you. That's what I be telling people. And then my thing with that situation is people be judging Jada. They're like, oh, you letting this nigga dog you out. Da, da, da. You don't know what type of understanding they have with their relationship. Because open relationships are real common. Like, I was in an open relationship, what was that, back in 2019?
Yeah.
And I mean, of course the relationship has since ended, but all three of us in that relationship, we didn't end things because of trust issues and infidelity. We just ended things for other variable reasons, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, if you have that understanding with whoever you're dating, because I know with that situationship, all my bitches, y'all know if y'all listen to my podcast, y'all know who Houston Bay was. Houston Bay was Houston Bay. That was when he was actually in Houston. And my nigga that I had here, he was too busy. Like, he was always gone or he was always at work. So, I remember I would have to talk with him. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to New Orleans to meet up with Houston. And he was like, all right, text me when you get back home. That's what it was.
That's beautiful.
That's how you know what it's supposed to be. And
beautiful.
I understand that not everybody is capable of being in that space with that person. But you can't judge other people who enjoy that. Like, if it works for them, that's what works for them.
Yeah.
Because by all means, I wasn't being stupid, bitch. I had two niggas. Let's not get it confused, Sonny.
And it's crazy because, I mean, not crazy, but like,
And to start off, Houston took care of everything. When we met in New Orleans, he paid for the food, he paid for the hotel, he drove me around, like, but yeah, like, you know, in that sense, like, I enjoy when niggas take care of me, but if I'm in a relationship, realistically speaking, I'm going to take that as a partnership. Like, if we together, like, the exchange should be even. If we're living together, we are both contributing to bills.
Yeah.
That's like how people be like, oh, the man is supposed to pay for the rent and the girl's supposed to, like, to me, it's different when you have, like, a household with children and stuff. I feel like the responsibilities are different. But in a sense, like, I'm young, I ain't got no kids, I ain't got no mortgage.
Yeah. So, I got a quick, this is a different question because it definitely wasn't the same question. So, what enjoyment do a girl, well, I'm going to ask you because you can't speak for all girls. What did you get from somebody, you know, taking care of everything? Because I know, like, women, from what I've heard, like a sense of security or a sense of just, you know, you ain't got to worry about nothing. So is that what it is, or is it something more?
For me, it's definitely the security factor. But I do like having that thing where you can be like, okay, yeah, this nigga want to take care of me. Like, girl, I got the juice and the squeeze. What you talking about?
She got the lemon and the lemonade.
Right, like not even gonna hold you.
Sometimes
some niggas be boosting my head up, and I just be like, "Where the money at though?" Because I've had niggas like come to me and just be like, "Yeah, you know, I'll take care of you," and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But you know, some niggas be capping. Like everybody ain't got it like they say they got it. So I just be like, you gotta tread lightly with some of that shit.
Yeah, and I ain't finna cap. I'll let a motherfucker know like. Your ass try to come to Mississippi, I'm gonna put your ass on the bus. I ain't gonna fly nobody out like on some real shit.
I remember the first time I got flued out, a nigga flew me out to Dallas. Like that shit, I ain't even gonna hold you. I was scared. Like I was a little apprehensive at first, but I knew the guy. He was a sous chef that I worked with at a restaurant that I worked for. At that time, I was in my early 20s, but he's a little bit older than me. But he ended up getting a travel position because he worked in healthcare as well. So he got a travel position and he was working out in Dallas. They paid for his housing accommodations and a whole bunch of other stuff on top of what he was getting paid at the hospital. So he was like, yeah, you know, like, man, you would love it out here. You need to come out here. I'm like, bet, like, let me know when you want to come. Pay for my plane ticket. I drove from Hattiesburg to New Orleans to catch my flight because I was like, I'm not going to drive to Jackson. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
So I got there. It scared me because when I got to the airport, he was late picking me up. I was waiting for him to pick me up for like 45 minutes to an hour. Okay. And I was just like, what the hell? But I had the money in my account to buy a ticket back if need be. That's one thing they said on Poor Minds, and that's one thing I knew from the jump. Don't take your ass nowhere if you can't afford to get back. Because niggas will buy you a one-way ticket and leave your ass high and dry instead of got the ass. So
hell yeah, don't get flew out if your ass can't get back.
Exactly.
By yourself.
But I made sure dude had a round-trip ticket. I made sure that. Because he gave me the money to buy my ticket. Even though, like, some people like, oh, you should have to pay for your own. You should have to book your own ticket. I'm like, no. Like, he don't know my schedule. Nigga, the ticket, I found a ticket that I like. It's X amount of money. All right, bet. Finna cash out you. Cool.
Yeah.
So I flew over there. My flight was early as shit. I think I left Hattiesburg at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I got to New Orleans around like 3, 4, something like that. My flight was about at like, I think 5:45. And I was chilling. You know, I'm on my flight. I get to the airport. He picks me up. First thing I do when I get to the Airbnb, I sleep for like 2.5, 3 hours. Because I was dog tired. But the whole time I was there, he took me around the city. He took me, because I'm a Cowboys girl, so he took me to like this little Cowboys kind of thing that they have in Dallas. I was like, okay, this is so much fun. And all my meals, he paid for them, and he took me shopping. And then he gave me pocket money. Like, how is that a lose-lose? That is a win for me. A straight-up W.
So I got a question. So, I feel like when people got... Time, to me, is more valuable than money, right? So, when you ready to settle down, like, and somebody can do those things for you, of course, that's great. So, like, when, let's just say you meet a nice guy or whatever, and he ain't got bread like that, but he got the time he want to spend to you, and he's still, like, on his shit. Like, what would you prefer? Like, would you prefer, like, the guy that's doing those things, or... Would you prefer a guy that ain't got the bread like that, but he got the time for you? He actually care about you.
I mean, at this age, I would definitely prefer somebody to spoil me. But at the same time, like if I'm in a situation where I really fuck with this dude, and not saying that he's like dead broke. Like I'm not dating no nigga that's riding around Jackson on a bike. They ain't got no job. Cause my thing with men, don't judge me, y'all. But my thing with men, there are so many jobs that men can get and easily get. Like I don't care if you gotta bust tables at Applebee's. A job is a job. I respect a man for having a job and actually working. But if you're not doing shit with your life, I can't fuck with you on that. But if it's a guy who, you know, is making an honest effort in life, he not making 6 figures, but he's got an honest living and he genuinely cares about me, I'm willing to take a chance on that. Like, not even just looking at the potential, but like looking at what he's showing me. If he definitely wants to spend time with me, if he's considerate as far as the things that I'm interested in and he takes notes about that. Oh, I gotta talk about something like that too. But as far as finding somebody who genuinely shows their interest and wants to spend time with me, I would definitely be open to dating somebody like that. But with me being in my young age, if a nigga is 45 and say he want to show me the world, hello Aladdin, what we going?
Y'all ain't trying to get on that car.
What we going? Because she is passport ready. Do you hear me?
And the only reason I asked it is because, like, I feel like
a lot of girls do get caught up in the superficial shit.
Yeah, and the reason I asked because, like, I feel like regardless of how the world goes or whatever, time is more valuable than money. So, like, if a nigga willing to spend money on you, like, is that nigga willing to spend the equal amount of time on you? You know what I'm saying? So, like, basically, I pretty much say what I want to say. Like, it's spending that money, like, it's nothing to him because, like, he can get it right back. But
this is true.
One thing about time, you can't get that shit back. So, like, I feel like people should value their time aspect more than the money, only because it's like time, once it's gone, you can't get time back at all. So, like, but I understand, like, listen, you young, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I'm old, like, I'm still a young buck or whatever.
But, like, in the same sense, like, when you know how people do those tests to see what their love language is. Yeah. So my love language is definitely gifts.
Okay.
And I think my top 3 were like gifts, acts of service, and words of affirmation.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to time, like, I'm cool with spending certain amounts of time, but, like, I've dated people in the past who have been like, oh, okay, so even though I just saw you today, what are we doing tomorrow? I'm just like, I'm going to work. Because me, I feel like a lot of that comes back on me because I'm an only child. Like, I'm used to being alone. I'm not used to having people in my space. I'm not used to having to deal with people outside of work. So when I do give my time to myself, I see that as my time to myself, and I can do with that as I please. So if I date somebody, the most I want to see them out of a week is maybe 2 or 3 times out the week. Yeah. And that's a lot to me.
And honestly, I feel like at this stage in my life, I feel like that's understandable because, like,
we got shit to do.
You got shit to do, and, like, I recently just started having shit to do because I ain't gonna lie, I used to be on that motherfucking bottom part of, like, bum shit. Like, I was so content, but now, like, I want to do shit now. So, like, I be having shit to do, so, like, I don't got time for motherfuckers wasting my time, like, for real.
And I feel like my mindset kind of shifted once I left the bakery and I started working in sales. Once you get a taste of what you could be getting, you be like, damn, what I got to do to get this shit again? Because I remember at one month at work, I had a $5,000 month and I only sold 4 cars.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, damn, I can make X amount of money doing very little, but at the same time, I can maximize the little time that I do have outside of working. So when it comes to me working, I be tired. Like, when I go to work, like I told you, I work 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And when it comes to dating, I'm more of a weekend girl. I'm a social drinker. So if you can't link up with me when I get off work, I live all the way out south. Like, for me to go home and then come back out north, that's a hassle for me. So you mean to tell me I gotta drive 22 minutes back home, come back out 30
ain't shit
minutes
in the middle of Jackson.
Like, exactly. Like, everything is downtown or out north near Ridgeland. So there was like a dude. I remember, dude was sweet. He was what was he? He was a graphic designer, and he worked for a company here in Jackson. And we went to school together, or whatever. But him, when he gets into his work mode, nothing else exists. Yeah. I would hear from him maybe 2-3 times out of the day.
That's perfect.
But my thing was like, no, because we would be trying to solidify plans, and he's not checking his phone. He's not responding to me. I remember one day we were supposed to meet up. He wanted me to come hang out, like, and chill, but he never sent me his address. So when I hit him up earlier on in the day, waiting for him to send me the address. Hours had passed. So I'm like, I'm not finna just wait at work for you. I'm finna go the fuck home. And then he hit me and was like, oh, are you still coming over? I was like, no, because I'm already home at this point.
Yeah.
I left work 2 hours ago. Like, my thing is, cause you know, I work near the downtown area. So it ain't nothing for me to go to Ridgeland. It ain't nothing for me to go see somebody in Jackson. So, like, that's why I try to centralize plans around me getting off work. I can leave work early if I need to. So if I need to call it a day at 4:45, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to go hang out with a guy, then it's like, you need to accommodate me, because obviously right now around this time, you're at the house, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like,
makes sense.
Communication is my biggest thing. Like that's where I draw the line. The breakdown in communication is where you lose interest in me. Period.
So niggas, if y'all watching, y'all heard what she said. Take notes.
If you want it, you gotta work for it. But yeah, like when it comes to the whole aspect of dating, I suck at dating.
I ain't nothing wrong with that shit. I ain't too good myself because like I literally like I'm bad with texting. So I would text somebody and then won't text their ass 2 days later. Not because I'm ignoring them. It's like
you got other things going on.
Yeah, and it don't even be important shit. Like I might just want to watch my TV show or something. But like it's not that I'm ignoring you. I just shit.
And that's where my breakdown comes. Like my thing is I ain't gotta talk to you all day because I'm not finna sit up and be on my phone all day anyway. I rarely like talking on the phone, but my thing is, if you say you want to link up with me Tuesday, okay, that's the day we're gonna link up. I'm gonna put my phone to the side. You got my undivided attention, unless like, cause I have my emergency contacts like my mom and my grandma. Unless one of them call me and need something, that's the only time I'm really gonna be on my phone. Yeah. But outside of that, like, you have to get an understanding for your other person that you're dating, and a lot of people don't understand me. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I kind of move like a nigga sometimes.
Hey, and honestly, like, if niggas respect it or understand it, like, they'll appreciate that more than just moving like a female. Because, like, with females or women, I don't even, degrade y'all to y'all biological or whatever. So, with women, y'all don't be clear with shit. Like, because y'all, of course, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all want to do.
Who don't be clear?
No, I'm saying for the most part. I'm talking for the majority. I'm talking, but like if you move like a nigga, like your intentions are like there, like, hey nigga, like this what I'm looking for, or this is so like any real nigga gonna respect that shit. Like I'm gonna respect it. Like if I'm fucking with somebody and I really like fuck with them or whatever, and they got somebody on the side, like, and I ain't looking for shit serious, like. Do your thing. Like,
thank you. Because it was a nigga that I was fucking with. He was 35. And when we first started talking, everything was real cool. He would take me out to lunch and stuff like that. Because we did work together, honey. We didn't work in the same building, though. But he would take me out to lunch, at some point every week. And then I finally felt comfortable enough for me to come over to his house. He invited me over. He cooked food for me, We had some drinks. We was chilling. And at one point, he asked me, he was like, oh, so, like, what are we doing? I'm 35. I ain't trying to just be on no bullshit. Da, da, da. I was like, we could see how things go. Like, I'm open to a relationship with you. Then, the next breath, I remember something else happened. I had asked him about something. It wasn't even, like, on the, who you texting type shit. It was something very general. And he was like, but you're not my girl, though. And I was just like, I didn't trip. I didn't cuss his ass out. I didn't storm out of his house. I was just like, okay then. And you know what I did the next day? Booked myself for a date. And he found out for me to not be his girl, he had so many tabs on me. He knew when I wasn't at home or if I was out in Jackson with somebody else. Yeah. And he was like, oh, so you was out as such and such with such and such. I'm like, yeah, what about it? And he was like, oh, like, and he felt some type of way. Dude was pressed about it. He was like, oh, so you just da-da-da-da. I'm like, you said I wasn't your girl, so what the fuck you want me to do? Like, nigga, if you want me to be you want me to be loyal to you, you want me to only deal with and entertain you, but in the same sense, you gonna tell me to my face, but you're not my girl, though. Yeah. What am I supposed to do? Just sit home and be bored and sad? Fuck no.
And that's crazy, because, like,
if I told a dude, like, you're not my boyfriend, I'm not gonna be mad if he's out with another bitch. Like, if you want to do you pimping, be safe.
I feel like niggas ain't had it. I feel like anybody got us had that same energy because, like, if we haven't solidified anything, like, anything that I do, like, honestly, if I'm really fucking with somebody and we just ain't made it official yet, like, I'm gonna tread lightly. But, like, if I text somebody, like, don't be mad. Like, I'm not texting them to, like, be with them forever. Like I'm fucking with you. But, like, we not solidified, so, like, I feel like I got that freedom to do what I do. Like,
exactly.
Like, that's some real nigga shit, though.
That's why I say dating is so, like, weird, especially in your 20s, because you meet a very broad variety of people. Like, men move differently, just like how women move differently. You got women who don't give a fuck about no relationship.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you get men who are just like, no, I want you to be just mine. And I'm just like, then act like it. Like, that's my thing. Like, if you want me to be yours and only yours, you gotta solidify some shit with me. Like, are we together? What are we doing? How are we gonna move forward? Like,
yeah. And I feel like
because I was impressed at first to be like his girlfriend, especially after he hit me with that shit talking about some, you're not my girl. I'm just like, oh, okay. So thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Make sure you check out Tapped In Reviews. It's on YouTube. And then make sure you check out the Scantily Clad Podcast, because bitch, we be going live. That's why I need more guests, because I could be more raw with guests. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Bye.